Everybody, this is Jeff Veale, the business guru, coming to you once again early in the morning from downtown Manila. And I want to welcome you to 15 Minutes of Fame, the podcast where ordinary people stop being invisible and start being remembered, right? I'm Jeff Veale, I'm the business guru, and today we're about to meet someone with a story worth hearing. My guest today, I'll pick up my little tablet here. My guest today is a wonderful gentleman by the name of Stan Walker. And what does Stan do? He helps you make money, guys. That's what he does. His name, Stan Walker, Referral Systems Specialist. Business company name, ChannelOPS. He's going to tell you all about it shortly. Industry, very important one, communication, telecommunications, in fact. Been doing this for a mere 25 years, so I think he might know a bit about it. And if you want to know more about what he does, do what I tell people to do all the time. Reach out, have a virtual cup of coffee. The old saying, you don't know what you don't know. And if Stan can't help you, I guarantee after 25 years, he'll know someone in your industry that can help you. So there's the invitation for you guys. Brief description, built and run many multiple revenue roundtables schemes in Canada and the US. Key achievements of projects, launch ChannelOPS technology ecosystems. Personal motto philosophy, make word of mouth a predictable growth channel, guys. Word of mouth is awesome, guys. The door's open. Once you've got word of mouth, the door's already open, right? So it's my great pleasure. Let's have a look. Interesting fact, 3 times BC senior curling champ, right? We'll find out more about that later. But it's my great pleasure to welcome to the stage Mr. Stan Walker. How are you, Stan?
I'm great, Jeff. Thanks very much for having me.
No, you're most welcome. It's my great pleasure. Tell us about your journey and what inspired you all those years ago to be a communication specialist. What happened?
Yeah, so I straight out of college had a curling buddy. Actually, there's back to curling again, who got me really into the technology industry. Wire and cable, actually, selling wire and cable. So worked for him in Vancouver, and he transferred me to Winnipeg. I managed the branch there. And from the wire and cable industry, I got into telecommunications. So I had a telecommunications or a customer in the telecom business who bought wire and cable from me. So got into the telecom industry and worked for a big ISP in Winnipeg, and eventually moved to Vancouver. And for the last 20 years or so, worked for most of the big players in the fixed wireless business. So I was in the internet connectivity business,
Wow.
selling fixed wireless to businesses. Yeah, didn't do any residential, just
Right.
focused on business all my life.
So you're an early adapter. What's been the most challenging aspect of your work and how have you been overcoming that?
Yeah, sales, right? Nothing new here, Jeff.
Yep.
Most salespeople will probably tell you finding new clients. I'm a sales and marketing guy, still am. It's always fascinated me.
Mhm.
What attracts clients? What makes them buy? How do you get their attention? So, I've always been experimenting. I started experimenting when I was 20 years old with sales and marketing. I'm still experimenting today, 40 years later. So,
Yeah.
I used to drive around business parks, write down names of companies.
Oh yeah, that's
Um,
the old school
right.
way. The old school way.
Yeah, that was old school. Drive around.
Yeah.
I would drive to new towns and meet with the consultants, MSPs, managed service providers, get
Yeah.
sort of try and get my finger on the pulse, what
Yeah.
was happening. I would do brochure drops. I would
Oh, the old
join moving
postcard days.
clubs.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey,
That
yeah.
still
So
works, by the way. Postcards work, because no one's.
yeah, oh, for sure. I don't know if you know of or follow Dale Dupree, but highly recommend him on LinkedIn. He's incredible. He calls himself the photocopy warrior, and he's
I love it.
very old school. But I'll tell you what, this old school stuff
It
still
still
works.
works. Yeah, it
Still
works.
works.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I go back to Zig Ziglar and Dan Kennedy and Jay Abraham, all the
Yep.
guys. In fact, if you
You
went to
bet.
a house in Australia, guys, you'll find, I kid you not, guys, you'll find 200,000 plus worth of books, and they're all on sales and marketing. That's where I cut my teeth. I'm self-educated. I left school at 14. I tell people, um, uneducated, not unintelligent. All right. All I made a fortune from books, guys. So Readers are leaders. It's so true, guys. Readers are leaders. So if you're interested, guys, read books, and that'll help put you in the right track. Right, read the right books. And
Right. Write your own book.
funny you to say that. I'm two things. I'm a frustrated author because if I wrote a book, I kid you not, it would end up in the science fiction section because no one's going to believe what I've done and what I can do, right? And secondly, I'm a
Why?
who's going to believe I used to have $100,000 football bets for 30 years when wages were $500 a week, right? Who's going to
Well,
believe I saw a real ghost when I was 6? Who's going to believe I had a motivational speaker like Tony Robbins when I was 8? Who's going to believe
uh,
I came home? I came home when I left home at 14. I came home one night and my house was missing. It was gone. I thought, where's my house gone? I'll tell you that one
right.
quickly. It was a skip bin because I found this old skip bin, never been used, brand new behind a shopping centre, and I had no home. So I hopped inside of his skip bin every night and slept there, right? And then they must have woke up, it wasn't being used, so the company took it back. So when I come home from being out at the disco or somewhere about 1 o'clock in the morning, drizzling rain, ready to go to bed, there was no home, right? So I walked. It's a funny story. I walked down the main road, and they said, "Oh, let's find what we got to go do something else." And I saw a car yard. My little pea brain at 14 said, "Oh, I wonder if one of these cars might be unlocked." And sure enough, car number 7 was a big Ford Custom Line. The door was unlocked. I hopped in, I laid there, and I thought, shit, this is like the Hilton. Because I went from stainless steel floor onto leather seats, And I saw the positive of all that. And I got up at 5 in the morning. I went and stole some milk. I went past the orchard and stole some oranges, went past the bakery, stole a loaf of bread, and I survived.
Well,
So
I would buy that book, Jeff.
yeah, no, I could bore you with all that stuff that was in the book. Um, but it's a funny story. We all got that's why this show's so good because every man's got a story. No one's had a straight line. Nobody I know ever. Right? There's
For
no straight
sure.
line.
For sure.
Tell us an important moment in your career where you changed direction. What happened? Where'd you pivot?
Yeah, yeah. So I was in Winnipeg, and this was the first thing that just popped to my mind when I saw that question. And I wanted to go back home. I consider Vancouver home, and
Yep.
so I went back there and I interviewed with a small ISP,
Yeah,
internet service provider, and I ended up working with this man, and he was just a brilliant man, like really smart technically. Learned a lot from him, and we merged with another ISP. We went public. We raised $11 million. We bought
nice.
a couple of more ISPs down in the U.S. So that really sort of launched my career into a
The
different
way you
level
want.
of
Yeah,
sales. So yeah,
yeah. Go back to sales for a minute. I've been doing sales for, like I said, for all my life with 5 big businesses, and most people don't know their numbers, and I know my numbers. My numbers are approximately 33%. I'm going to tell your audience out there that's what works for me and most of you. I'll tell you what they are. One of these people is an idiot. He's got no idea what he needs or he wants. He just comes on, but he just wastes your time.
hmm
Even though he's seen the website, he knows what you do. He's got no intention of buying. And if you're smart, you'll know in the first 30 seconds, right? But you humor them. The second one is a lovely guy, but he or she wants to go and ask their mother, their brother, their boss. They can't make a decision to save their life, but they may be nice. They may come back in 3 to 6 months. And it's up to me whether I'll take them or not because I like decision makers personally. And the third one is like Stan here. He's seen my website, he's heard about me, he knows what I do, and he wants to do it. So they're my three. My numbers have been that way all my life. 1 in 3. Right?
yep, sounds about right to me.
Yeah, and that's what I believe. And I get people say, "Oh no, I closed 90%," and I call bullshit straight away. Let's go over your figures for real. And the other one is if you're fat and obnoxious, right? And you go out and see 20 people every day, belly to belly, you'll probably be the best salesman in the company because
Yep,
you're out there doing
yep,
connections. That's what it's about.
yes.
Well, that's why
Don't
Stan,
be shy.
a
Don't
brilliant
be
business.
shy.
Yeah, that's the one. Get out
Don't
and
be
break.
shy. Get out and meet people.
Yeah. Tell us, in your opinion, what are the key qualities or skills that have contributed to your amazing success, Stan?
Yeah, Another great question, Jeff. And this started early in my career, right away, really in my career, and still I live by it today. And anytime I get a new client, I make sure they get looked after.
Absolutely.
I would get them answers very quickly,
Yeah,
and I've typically been dealing with technical products and services, so I was relying on engineering, so I would push them hard for an answer quickly. And that's what customers I find appreciate. They
absolutely.
want something. They want it. If they decided they want something, they want it now and they want an answer quickly
Yeah,
on it. So, and this eventually led to channel management and repeat business
yeah, lovely.
with my channel partners. And yeah, so just and follow up with the customer. Just make sure they're happy.
Yeah, they're all cliches. The money's in the follow up, and guys, look after your customer because the money that's where the money is. That's where the money is, right?
Absolutely.
You grow as they grow, you grow. Simple. Come to my
Right.
restaurant, guys, and you'll get a red napkin. Why do you get a red napkin? Because you're a first time customer, and my wonderful team will keep an eye on you. And even though everyone's getting a good experience, you'll get a great experience. And when you
That's
walk
right.
in, the first question will be, "Have you been here before?" And maybe you say no. We'll say, "Let us find you a nice table." And they're all, apart from the one next to the toilet, they're all nice tables. And then we'll tell you, Stan, let's start you and your buddies there. Let's start you off with a free round of drinks. Would you like a
Hmm.
wine or a soft
Hmm.
drink? That's a memorable experience because it's never happened
Yes.
to you before in your life. But what did it cost me? Four beers cost me $6, $1.50 a beer. And guess what?
Yes.
The next beers are $12 each. So, you know, and
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
know you're gonna have more than one, you know.
Yes, for sure.
There's a
Yeah,
million ways. Dan,
that's
I
right.
could tell you guys
Get your
out there
get your
forever. Tell you the
get your
good stuff.
foot get your foot in the door.
Yeah,
Make sure you make a good first impression, and then take it from there. Just
yeah,
grow the business.
that's the one. We take a photograph of you and we send that photograph back to you, Stan. On that photo, at the top of that photo, it's got having a great time at Jeff's restaurant with my QR code and my phone number. And you're putting it all over social media for me.
Yes,
Uh,
brilliant.
million ideas, guys.
Oh, there is. Yeah,
Yeah. Tell
that's
me, what's some of your secrets? You told me that. Tell us a recent project or achievement of your many. Tell us one you're particularly proud of, Stan. Tell us a story.
Yeah, I would say well, this is very recent, really in the right in progress right now, where I've been building these revenue roundtables in Canada and the US. So I've got 8 on the go now.
Yeah.
Just finished off my last two, which are MSPs, again, managed service providers, IT integrators in the US. Just a tremendous response to it. So I'm going to break the main group into 2 groups or 2 meetings.
Nice.
Yeah, and so we meet once a month,
Yeah.
and it's a casual thing, but ultimately what we're looking to do is facilitate meetings, introductions, collaborations,
Yeah. Help each other.
opportunities. Yeah,
Help each other, guys. Go
help
to
each other.
go to these meetings with don't go to the meetings thinking, oh, what can I sell someone? Go to the meetings, guys, thinking, how can I help someone? Because by
Absolutely.
Stan will tell you, he knows it better than what I do. If you help others, you're helping yourself. It's pretty simple. Um,
Yeah.
Tell us what advice a 20-year-old comes to you, Stan. He might be a son, a daughter, a nephew, or a niece, and he says, Stan, I've just left uni and I'm not sure what I should do with myself. What would you tell them?
Well, yeah, especially if they're considering sales. I mean, that's my background.
Yeah.
I would tell them to right away make sure you get on LinkedIn, get yourself a good
Oh,
profile. Go talk to Jeff about giving you a LinkedIn audit and building you
yeah.
a strong profile on LinkedIn. Start connecting. You can connect with 100 to 150 people a week. You do the
Yeah.
math on that.
Yeah.
52 weeks.
Yeah.
After 1 or 2 years, you've built yourself a very substantial network, but do it strategically. Build strategic relationships. Pick the industries that you're really interested in and focus on those.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you'll be spread all over the map, too
Yeah.
thin. And uh, also, last but not least, make sure you study AI.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, guys, you young people out there, Stan and I did it the hard way. Right? We go back
That's
before
right.
TV, but before mobile phones, guys, when it was real work. But guys, AI these days, there are young people out there making $1 million a year when doctors are struggling to make 40,000 a year. So
Crazy.
the world's at your feet.
Yeah.
I'd advise you guys travel, because as soon as you start to travel, you meet like-minded people. It broadens your outlook. And if you're 20, I can tell you, you can muck it up for 10 years, and you'll still only be a young man. You'll still only be 30. So you've got your whole life ahead of you. So get out there, have a good time, make lots of mistakes, and just be right more than you're wrong. That's the secret of my success. Do lots of stuff and be right more than I'm wrong. All right.
I have
Um,
some very successful friends who partied in their 20s, they learned in their 30s, and they earned in their 40s.
there you go. I love that. That's awesome.
May-
That's awesome.
Maybe you don't have to wait that long these days with AI. You can
No,
earn in your 20s.
yeah, that's it. And then I say I travel. By the way, guys, I travel every 2 months. Why? Because I can and I want to, and I go and meet new people, new food, new experiences, and it keeps me motivated. I don't need to work at 77. I do it by choice. I've got the ultimate, like Stan. I've got memories and freedom. And one day you'll wake up. It's not about the money. It's about the freedom. And that's what money can buy you guys, is freedom and great experiences. Um, Looking ahead, you're only at base camp, you're only a young man, Stan. Looking ahead, what are your goals and aspirations for the future? What are you going to be doing?
Yeah, I mean, that's another great question. I want to continue growing my revenue roundtables. I really, like you just said, it's not about making the money, but it's something I really enjoy.
Yeah,
Enjoy connecting
passion.
people, facilitating new relationships. It just leaves me with after they're finished, leaves me with a really good feeling. Um, I want the roundtables to feed my technology ecosystem, which is ChannelOPS. I last weekend, Replit.com. I don't know if you know them,
No.
Jeff, but it built me a new site while I was making lunch. AI built me a new site. I mean, just
Oh, yeah.
unbelievable. If 5 or 10 years ago we would have had to pay a web
5,000.
developer
Yeah,
10 grand,
yeah,
starting at 10 grand to build us a
yeah.
site.
And
So
wait
this
six
thing,
months. Yeah,
yeah, wait 6 months and then you can't make changes. So with the AI now, you can just go in
yeah.
there and
What,
tweak it. It'll
yeah.
tweak it for you.
What's the name of that site, Stan?
It's Replit, REPLIT.com.
Yeah,
And
heard of it.
this was a tip that came through my LinkedIn network actually.
Yeah.
And yeah, just crazy. And so
Yeah, yeah.
the
Another
platform
one called,
manages
yeah.
all of my clients and all of my partners for me.
Yeah, another one called Lovable, but there's many of them, guys. They're all fairly good. But my best advice here, guys, um, find someone who knows it and get them to do it for you, because they know it better than what you do, and they'll do it more efficiently. I outsource everything, guys. I'm proud to tell you, I've never mowed a lawn, I've never washed a car, I've never cleaned a swimming pool, I've never climbed a roof to clean the gutters. I've outsourced it. I make $50 an hour, while the other guy with the lawnmower, he makes $20 an hour. He loves what he does, and I love what I do. Simple. So part of my
Yeah.
secret, my success, guys, I've outsourced everything. I'm a lazy bastard. I outsource anything I can. Right. I've got a team of 36 people here. They're not here at 6 in the morning with me now, but they should be. Anyway, um, looking ahead, we've done all that. How can our listeners reach out and find out more about you and your amazing network opportunities, Stan? What's the best way?
Oh, LinkedIn for sure, Jeff.
Obviously,
That's
yeah.
the way to go these days. You can just search in the search bar, Stanley Howard Walker. How to do that for verification purposes. Stanley Howard Walker in Calgary, and that'll get you to me.
Fantastic, fantastic. And don't forget, guys, Dan's up for a chat anytime. And imagine his network, guys, 25 years of his stuff, right? So imagine his network. So reach out, have a chat. 'Cause I tell you, I was telling Stan earlier, I lost all my money with COVID, and then I had to go and learn this new networking thing. And now I do about 20 networking meetings a week, and I alternate, guys. I'll tell you one of my secrets. I'll go to all these networking. I'll be like a zombie. I won't even sleep. All this week, I'll go to all these networking meetings. The following week, I give myself a rest. I don't go to any. And when I go back the third week, it's a whole new crowd. So I've got another whole team to start with. And then the money's in the follow-up. I've got one of my wonderful VAs follows each and every one of those people up with some sort of offer where we give value. It's all about giving value. And the rest is history, guys. You become successful. Pretty simple. Let's Stan, keep it simple. It's a simple formula and it works. Stan, we're about to wrap it up, but before we do that, you got to tell us a fun fact about yourself that most people do not know.
Yeah, that's gets back to the curling again.
What
Depending
is,
on
what
the
is curling, Stan?
country,
For those who
you know,
don't
it's
know, what
just
is curling?
depending on the country, you may not know what curling is, but curling is much better known now than it was, say, 25 years ago. It's now in the Winter Olympics. It was a demonstration sport, actually, in 1988,
Mm.
and coincidentally, my wife won the gold medal in
Well,
1988, the Winter Olympics here in Calgary in curling, while it was still a demonstration sport. So now it's a
lovely.
full-fledged sport. Now it's a full-fledged sport in the Olympics. It's perfect for TV because all the players are wired, so you can hear exactly what they're thinking and what
Yeah.
they're trying to do strategy-wise. Shuffleboard on ice, people refer
All right.
to it as, and yeah. So I also play competitively. Didn't win an Olympic gold medal like my wife, but I am a three-time British Columbia men's senior champ. So I've been to
Yeah.
three nationals.
Being 77, never heard of it, but I imagine it is it basically so I unpack it a bit more. Is it basically a winter sport, Stan?
Yes,
Is
yeah,
it played on
it's a
ice?
way of kind of follows our hockey season. Actually,
Yeah,
hockey
yeah,
goes a
yeah,
little bit
yeah.
longer here in Canada, but
Being in the
yeah.
tropics, there's no snow in the Philippines, so there's no curling here.
Well, you know what, Jeff? Actually, Australia has a national curling team.
Yeah, there you go.
I think they're mostly Canadians.
Is that right? Yeah. Oh,
Transplanted Canadians.
you take me back a long, long time ago. When I was 18 odd guys, I worked on an oil rig with these Canadians, and shit, didn't they give me a hard time? They were big fellas. They were 6'6" tall and 6'6" across the shoulders, and I was a skinny kid, and they abused me they'd go to jail today for what they did to me. They abused me, right? They called me every name under the sun because I was making the same wages as they were, and they let me know about it. They're all Canadians on the oil rig. They were big boys. You know, they had the background for that stuff. Stan, you've been an awesome guest. Any last words for our audience, please?
Last words. I LinkedIn.
Keep networking.
Spend
Keep
some
networking.
time. Keep networking. You bet. Yeah,
Yeah,
spend some time on it.
yeah. Thanks very much, Stan. You've been an awesome guest, my friend.
My pleasure, Jeff. Thank you.